I saw actually one of the most relatable memes the other day. It was, do you know who Vergara is? She is the actress. She was on Modern Family, I think, but she is a Spanish actress. So her native tongue is in Spanish, and she plays, I mean, this Hispanic Latina woman on Modern Family, I remember, and in other movies. And she had said, "You have no idea. I sound so much smarter in Spanish." And I was like, you know what? I sound so much smarter in English too, because I know a lot of these extra word plays and idioms and a whole bunch of these different things. And I can't think of what, like, jokes and stuff. I have a hard time coming up with jokes in Spanish because it's my second language. But yeah, because a lot of words, I mean, like wordplay, we're learning that we know a lot of words. And in Spanish, maybe that's something I'll try doing more next year because if my brain has really stretched. I've never really thought this hard about wordplay before, and it has really stretched so far when we're talking about jokes and riddles, and we haven't even gotten to idioms yet. We've talked about it a little bit with Talk saying, killing time. So I think next year I'm going to try putting in language arts some wordplay because I think even you would agree my brain has kind of expanded and opened up more. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm in English class. I'm breathing and stretching a muscle I didn't even know I had in my brain. And I love puns, and I could tell a lot of you guys love jokes and puns too. But man, I've really been working a muscle in my brain with a lot of these riddles and puns. I've been really thinking about a lot of your riddles that you guys send me, even after hours. Some of you guys send me some really good riddles, and I'm like, oh, that's so good. And I share them with my husband, and we count it a moral victory in our household if we get an eye roll. Oh, that was a terrible joke, or oh, that's terrible. That is a moral victory. We call that yes. If you don't get a laugh, if it's a oh, that was awful, then it's great. So, yeah, we're going to learn a new word today. What is a fish with no eyes? A I like it. Or actually, there are fishes without eyes. Mhm. They're the ones they find in the caves that have evolved without eyes. Ah. Artemis, quiet over there. Sorry, I can hear my cat breathing. My cat is on the bed, way over there in front of the pillow, and he's a fat cat, and so I hear him going, Anyway, we have some fun things today. We're going to look at a new word that actually I've heard of the word before, but I have never known what it meant. And it's called juxtaposition. What? Yeah, we're going to look at an example of it. And we're going to look back at those beautiful pictures with Dali and Rene Magritte. Okay, so we're going to look at these paintings again and look at these surreal things, and then we will eventually talk about I don't have 9A, an analysis chart. Yeah, Harper.
Um, we have like whoever does band, he like posts every week a new like Bitmoji or whatever you call them that you have.
Yeah.
And the one time he posted him and with the clocks, like he was in with that clock painting. It was weird. Like it must be sort of famous because he was like in there, and then there was all the drooping clocks.
Yeah, it is such a famous painting.
I was just gonna bring that up. Our band teacher did that.
And wasn't it cool too that you guys saw it and you're like, I know what that is?
Yeah.
That's my favorite connection, is that you guys go, I know what that is. Yeah, I think I had 2 or 3 of you guys send that to me. And I was so excited because Yeah, I mean, it is a very famous painting. And that's just so cool that your band teacher used it. Did you tell him did you also tell him, hey, that's by the
I
Salvador
didn't.
Dali? Yeah? No? Yeah, you should let him
I didn't.
know. Um, so yeah, it was
Um,
super cool.
Senior Worsinger,
Yep.
Finn is sort of being crazy right now because he's sort of licking my finger a ton and like cuddly.
Uh-huh.
Very weird.
Aw, haven't you guys
His
had
tongue almost
it might
his
be
tongue almost looked like
like the word we're gonna learn and use today. Surreal.
he's biting me. Look at
It's very surreal. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going, and we're going to look again at. Ooh, give me a sec. We're going to look at these chairs again. You're right. So yes, our Dali painting and our Margit, Renee Margaret, I think. Oh, that's cute. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you a different question. When you look at these two, are there some everyday objects in this painting or in these two paintings? What everyday objects do you see? What everyday objects do you see? Yeah, Harper.
Well, on both the paintings, they have like clocks or something
Same.
about time. And that's just like, well, you won't really see a drooping clock, like, but that like a clock is something that you might see every day. Same with fireplace or like the chimney.
Yeah, we've got that mantle that goes in front of the chimney. Yeah. What else do you guys notice that's like something that you would see the day every day?
I have something.
Yeah.
Like so, there's this thing on each painting. There's this word like on the painting with the train, like time ticks by, like the train's ticking and there's a clock. And then on the other picture, there's a fly on the gold clock, and time flies by. It's technically using word things and then a clock, and then mix them together, and then it says fly. Like time flies by, and then
Yeah, maybe talking about that idiom. Yeah. What else do you guys see that we would have in everyday life?
I see a mirror behind, like, or on the chimney mantle. And also, I think it's a mirror that's in the background, in the Dali painting.
Oh, like this big slab, maybe?
Yeah.
Ah, well, we do have another reflection of stuff in the back, right? So we've got these rocks reflected. What is this back here? Maybe a lake,
Water.
pond, water of some sort. Yeah, what else? We have here, we said watches and
they're both extraordinary.
that is a great word to describe it. I would also agree they're both extraordinary. Different ways extraordinary. Has anybody ever figured out what this is? This weird blob?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they're both sort of weird because you wouldn't really see drooping clocks, and you also wouldn't see a like toy train thing coming out of a chimney without like driving down the chimney.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Greta.
Maybe like one of the everyday objects would be like the candles that are sitting there, but they don't like they have any wax or anything in them.
No, but yeah, we've got some clear candlesticks, and this one is very symmetrical. I noticed. So it has two on each side, things in the middle, side by side.
Yeah.
Whereas this one,
that is not symmetrical.
Yeah.
The one painting. It's
And
got
that,
like cliffs on one side and water on the other.
yeah. And I mean, from a artistic perspective, or if you've ever studied, if you ever get a chance to someday, you guys, study photography, take a photography class, best class in the world. And more from like a photography standpoint, this has what we call the 2/3 rule. So 2/3 of it is taken up by like the landscape. Usually it's the opposite to where we see the horizon. And this one, well, this one almost has a 2/3 rule though too, to where most of the painting is in 2/3 of the picture. But yeah, this one's more symmetrical. What about the colors between the two?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What about that clock on the stick? Does it mean anything?
This clock? I don't know.
Yeah, does it have an idiom to it? Because I thought someone said an idiom about it. Like,
Yeah, I thought we talked about that. But I don't remember.
Like hanging in time, or I don't know. Floating in time. I don't know. I can't remember. I've never looked at the meanings behind these. So this is the first time I'm looking at it with you. Somebody else raised their hand. Harper, did you raise your hand again?
Yeah, I was gonna say about the colors. Besides like the back of the horizon and the water, they're actually pretty similar, like colors. Like they've both got that like sandy goldish color, like around the mirror and on the candlesticks,
Yeah.
which is sort of the same as like the sand and the box. And then it's not really the same, but the tree and the outside of the one clock on the tree and that like really sort of pinkish, I don't know, whatever that big blob thing is
Yeah.
sort of the same as the like the mantle.
Yeah.
And then the dark brown for the clock on the one piece is sort of the same as the darker sand on the other piece.
Yeah, some of these shadows. Yeah. So we're going to identify, so we already did that. What we're going to do is we are going to look at a deeper exploration of juxtaposition reveal in the paintings. Are there any words you don't know in this question? Yeah. Greta?
Juxtaposition or whatever it is called.
Juxtaposition. You guys, to me, whew, I always look at that word and I go, what? I don't think I've ever looked up what that word means. We're going to explore deeper of a juxtaposition in the paintings. What do you think it means? A deeper juxtaposition of the paintings. What is your prediction? What do you think it means? Greta?
I was thinking maybe like a different perspective of the painting and looking deeper into the painting.
Ooh, you are really close with the different perspective of the paintings. I don't think you're really close. Yeah.
What was the question? Sorry, Finn was licking my face.
The question was, what is a deeper exploration of a juxtaposition reveal of the paintings? What do you think, Harper? What do you think?
Well, if you take juxta off it, it's position. So maybe like the position the paintings are in, like there's maybe something that has to do with like the position of something, like maybe how they painted the picture where it's not in the like clock one, or not the clock one, but the like fireplace one. It's not in the center. The fireplace isn't in the center, but you could like what Greta said, you could also see it in a different perspective.
You guys, man,
Yeah.
you guys blow my mind. I would never have gotten that. That is so great. You guys, I have to say this is one of the greatest classes that especially with fifth grade. I've taught fifth grade before, and you guys are brilliant. And what you guys pull apart and think. You guys are very correct and close. You have placing things close together or side by side in a work of art. Yeah, Riley.
Can I see what I think is juxtaposition in the painting?
Yeah, what do you think?
So like the fly on the clock has something to do with
I think the juxtaposition in the painting is like if you see there, the clock on the tree is in a position. It could be anywhere. It could be on flat. Also, that there's 3D. It could also be like there's different positions for the things because like time flies by. Like the flag could be anywhere, but they chose on the clock, and so you could see it and to understand it. Because if the fly was in a different position, you wouldn't be able to really understand it because it wouldn't be on the clock, and then you'd be like, "There's a fly." Okay.
Yeah. Man, like I said though, you guys that is great. You guys you've done such a good job looking at just even describing it. Yeah. Awesome. Let's add this to vocabulary journal. Like I said, it's a word that it's a big word to me. And I would have never thought of breaking it down or having you guys, man, you did really good describing it. Let's put juxtaposition. It is an act. Oop. We've got a lot of stuff going on here. An act of placing things close together or side by side. So let me see. I'm trying to think, what would you guys say would be a synonym?
Position.
Ooh, position would work. Juxtaposition. Yeah, Harper or Bailey.
I did not raise my hand for that.
Oh, okay. Bailey. Place, yeah. What'd you say, Nora? I gotta pull up my chat. Yeah, placement. Okay, I wrote juxtaposition in my synonyms. Position. Oh, I wrote it right, but it's not coming up.
Maybe side by side.
Oh, yeah. Side by side. They have the Google tells me, a comparison or contrast. Okay, so a comparison. I like that one. They also say proximity. So my proximity to my cat is pretty close. Area, lugar. Yep, I like that. I'm trying to think. I wonder what is juxtaposition? What is juxtaposition in Spanish? Yeah.
Probably end with posición.
It's a juxtaposition. Yep. So it is a cognate. So that means very similar. With a Y though. Juxtaposition. We put on juxtaposition. So we're going to switch out the Y. Yep. So it's a cognate. Very similar.
Samira Risinger?
Yeah.
I wasn't able to copy down all the synonyms.
I'm getting it.
So if jux is a prefix, then what does it mean?
What does
Jux.
what does the juxt actually mean? Juxta. That's actually a really good one.
Because we know what position means, and then juxta is just an added part to it to make it.
Yes, here. So juxta means nearby or close. Here, let me move this so that you can see. So it means near, nearby, or close, as in juxtaspinal means near the spinal. Juxtavesticular means near, like your bladder. So like your intestines are juxtavesticular. Let's go prefix.
What? You always look at people and they accidentally drop something. You're like,
I heard
Oh.
I know, but you don't. I'm not being mean.
Okay, so let's see if is it more juxtas. Yeah, like I said, I have avoided juxta. Oh, we're gonna see some juxta teeth. And rheumatoid. So I just have next and spinal. You know what? My husband probably, because he does medical stuff, he probably uses this a lot. Oh, some more. Juxtacortical cortex is near your brain. Juxta articular. Oh, I want to say that is. I think next to that's in your body. Juxta-articular, I want to think, is something like near your artery. Juxtamucosal, mucus. Juxtamembrane and membranous. So you could talk about juxtamembrane, like your skin. So near your skin. Juxtanuclear. Juxtacellular, so being next to your cells. Ooh, there's a lot of nearness with medical terms. So if you want to be a doctor someday, or even a veterinarian, you're going to use this word a lot. That X, man, that makes me scared. I don't know why. Those look like big words. Well, then Harper, you're going to learn this word. Juxtamuscular. Juxtamacular? No, muscular. Alongside the macula. Ooh, it's something with an insect. Oh, next to an eye. Ooh, juxtamacular means like something in your eye that's close. Yeah, so if you're going to be in the medical field of some sort, you're going to probably need to know that word juxtaposition. Now, these two things are considered to be surreal paintings. Bizarre, weird. Oh yeah, dental hygienist is definitely one too. Anything with medical. So yeah, dental hygienist, teeth. My cousin's a dental hygienist. Yeah, dentist, vet, anything that has to be with a doctor or some sort of subsect. Okay, let's add in here surreal. This means these paintings are surreal. They are bizarre, weird, weird.
Synonyms.
I would say odd. What's more synonyms? You know what? I would actually say, not necessarily, I would say maybe unique too. Ooh, archaeology? You might actually need to know that too, because you dig up a lot of human remains sometimes. Odd. Oh, I really like how they wrote a dreamlike quality. So dreamlike. Oh, I had a dream last night. Speaking of surreal, I had a surreal dream last night that I was in ninja school and I could call upon the wind. I have some surreal dreams. There you go. So, we are going to then open up
Are we going to do the killing time and the wheels begin to turn?
We will eventually. I'm trying to think. That one might have been with a lesson that we missed, but we'll come back to it. Because when we talk about, we're going to have a lesson to where we're going to talk about idioms. Yep. So we will come back to that one, I think. Okay? Because yes, we're going to talk about killing time. So, okay. When you are done, I will open it up, but I want you to find 9A, painting analysis chart. Okay? So painting analysis chart is what I want you to find.
Like in School and G or in our books?
It's in your workbook. I'd rather, if you find a school you don't have a workbook, fine, but I'd rather you use your book. I just noticed that it works a little bit easier. Painting analysis chart. So now we're going to have a juxtaposition. So we're going to put these two paintings side by side, and we're going to look at them. And we're going to look at, now we're going to use these words, surreal. Weird. Surreal. The juxtaposition. Now, so let me go 9A to 9O. Actually, these two paintings
You're really
are
good.
black.
We don't know
Yeah.
what you're saying. No, you're still really glitchy.
Yeah.
One more second. Oh, now it says 6 seconds. Okay. Hopefully I'm not glitchy anymore. Sorry, I was putting something up real quick. And I wasn't able to cancel it. Okay. So yep. So we're gonna look at these two paintings. And actually, when you look at these two paintings, we have actually both Dali and Rene were considered surrealist painters. Okay, so they.
Do you know how you spell Renee? Like how she spelled her, or how the.
Yeah.
I was just wondering.
Oh, yeah, her name is right there. Rene with an accent. Yep. And these are these two artists.
You're glitchy now, so
Sorry.
Maybe you could just keep your camera.
Yeah, it's whenever I do something on my computer. So I'm done touching and making things bigger. So these two paintings, so by Salvador Dali and Rene Magritte, these two painters are actually called surrealist. So this word surrealism or surreal is actually what style of painting these are. And actually, if we look at surrealist paintings, we have things that are very dreamlike. Mhm. So we've got things that are finding magic and strange beauty in the unexpected and uncanny. Okay, so we have these paintings, and we'll look at them a little bit more in detail. And some of them we've already talked about. What objects do we see in the paintings? Well, we said clocks in the Dali. And so we're just writing a couple of these. We don't need to write too many more. We've got sand. We've got trees. And then by Rene, we have a mantle.
She would say tree because there's only one tree.
There's only one. You're right. The mantle, we've got a train, and a clock. Mm-hmm. Now, how have these things been changed? Actually, you know what? Instead of the mantle,
I also want to say, like the ants and the fly because that's probably gonna be important for the that one painting.
Yeah. How then do they seem kind of dreamlike? Or how do they seem surreal, so odd or weird? What are the clocks doing again in the Dali?
Like drooping.
Yeah, they're like melting. The sand, well, the sand's not doing too much, but it really changes color. Okay. How about the tree? The tree actually kind of looks a little dreamlike, doesn't it? Like a nightmare?
The tree is sort of dead.
Yeah, it's bare, dead.
And same with the like horizon. That sort of looks dreamlike, just like a beautiful horizon, you know, like.
Yeah. The ant. We've got an ant. It's on a clock. Or it's on a watch.
Kind of in the shape of like the hands.
Oh yeah. Shape. Let's see. Shape of hands. And the fly. It's just kind of sitting there. It's just
in what every objects do you see in the painting, you could write a pink big blob.
Oh yeah. But I don't know what that is. I wish I had knew a name. And yeah, it just looks like it's got like eyelashes coming out of it. The horizon is dreamlike.
I mean, it sort of seems like if you look at it the right way, it looks like you can sort of see the beak of a duck.
Oh.
And like, it's sort of body, but so like the start to me until like the clock finishes, that could be like the skin of a duck or something. If the duck had skin, it's more like it would be more like feathers. But that and then the back is like it's sort of weird.
Okay. Oh,
To me, it looks like a horse for some reason.
it kind of
Like
does.
the clock is saddle, you know?
Yeah. Okay. So what I want us to do is actually, you know what? Why don't you take a moment and why don't you fill out the rest of page 1? So tell me, why does the mantle and the train, the clock seem surreal? And then how does the placement of them make it seem weird? So for example, like the train, like why is it placed there? What makes it seem surreal or dreamlike? And then what do you notice? Then what is then we're looking at specifically at the center object. So this and this. So we're looking at it some more. Okay, so go ahead and fill out the rest of page 1. So look at those everyday objects. Let's see. And I'm going to fill it out too. The clock. Oh, they seem dreamlike. And I have to keep looking back at the question too. How do the objects seem dreamlike? How about the placement of them? And you don't have to do every single object again, but if you do like the main ones. Hey, does anybody just want to share a couple of things that you wrote? We'll just do a couple of them.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
I'm
I
just
didn't
on to the how does the
what do you know?
arrangement.
Okay.
Can I share something?
Yeah, you guys can
about
share while other people finish. Yep. What is something small that you wrote, Riley?
So by painting it by Salvador Dali and how does it arrange and placement of the objects
Uh-huh.
appear at the soil, I wrote they're on the sand and a 3D block. The things are on their backs and look melted.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Anybody else would like to share?
So I said the how does the arrangement or placements of objects make them appear surreal is for also the Salvador Dali is they're all sort of clumped together and alone. To me it seems like sort of on an island. They're just like away from like sort of like life. They're just like alone on the island. That's what I sort of think of. I can tell about there's like sort of clumped together, but about the like on alone on an island, that's just sort of what I'm guessing. And then also for the train, for the Marguerite one, the train is right in the center of the painting. That just seemed like to make it sort of surreal because it was like the main object, even though it's really, really small.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Thanks for sharing. Anybody else? Maybe looking specifically at the center or the positions. So I want everybody to look at this photo here in the middle of the Salvador Dali painting. Some of you guys said it kind of looks like a horse. You know, in my book, that's one of the comments that they said they might actually talk about. Somebody said maybe a donkey or a duck laying over the rocks. And it looks like, we've said it kind of looks like it has eyelashes. And this actually kind of looks like a nose. I was going to tell you, a lot of people, apparently, nobody really knows what this is. So everybody's kind of predicting and guessing what it is. So some people actually, yeah, Riley?
I have evidence to the duck. So if you turn your head sideways here, you can, yeah, like that. You'll be able to see that there's like, it looks like there's a nose and then a head and then like two eyes and like eyebrows. If you see up there, I don't know if you can see it.
Yep, like they're really, you can see the waves. Yep. A lot of
Only
people,
part about the duck for me is that the beak of it looks like it is also made out of that like skin thing. And you know, like ducks' beaks, just like the chickens I have, they're actually really, really hard.
yeah, that
So
looks
it's
soft.
really-
Yeah, the actual beaks of chickens, they have a hard cartilage, and we've got some hard cartilage. That's why it's just cartilage, it's not actually bone. That's why when you see skulls, you just have a hole there, because this is just cartilage and it's pretty soft. People actually think, and again, yours might be right, but some people, what is the word? People that study art. Oh my goodness, it's escaping me. Anyway, people that study art, and the meaning behind art, because a lot of times artists paint these things and they're dead. Salvador Dali he's dead. So no, it's not an architect, it's a curator. That's what they are. Curators, there's a new word for you again today. Curators are people that study art and they might refinish art and make it look new and original again. They actually think that in the center, it actually might be Salvador Dali himself. And he's laying on the side because he's got a big nose. And at the backdrop, these cliffs are from Catalonia. Do you know where the Catalan is?
Yep.
Do you know, where is it?
It's in Spain.
It's in Spain, yep. So it's in the northern part of Spain. So he's from Catalan, which is a province in Spain, like a state in Spain. And they think of it's his childhood. Now, let's look. He's got a mustache. So if you think of the center thing, those little eyelash things being his mustache, here's what Salvador Dali is. And you've seen pictures of him. Remember, you know that mustache, that big mustache guy? So here is, somebody painted that picture kind of in the middle. Let's open this in a new tab, just this. So it kind of looks like him from the side, doesn't it, with the nose? So if we look at this again, we've kind of got the nose.
That thing, that blob thing, if you go back to that one painting, it was in there. In the other painting. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, so this one thing, like, it's very similar to this, right? Just, doesn't have quite all the features.
I think he puts it in, like, a lot of his paintings.
Yeah, well, and this one, yeah, like this, I don't know if this must be one of his paintings. And it's a very similar blob, isn't it? Let's see if he's got any more blobs. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize early. Again, it is art, so things are a little bit different, but if we do peruse some art and there are some nude paintings and stuff or nude surrealist objects, just realize that it is art and it's a very common topic. I just haven't previewed any of these yet, just to let you know. But here is, yeah, Dali again. And like I said, a lot of it is very surreal. Some of his paintings.
That one is like that one you can see in like a ton of different perspectives.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, because it looks like to me first it looked like a face with the eyes and then the lips, and then you look and it's like maybe a mother.
Then
and
it
a
looks
son
like
or
a
something.
person.
Yeah.
Because then you've got the rocks. It actually looks like a rockscape on an ocean, next to an ocean. Ooh, here's another one. What common feature do we see in this?
It looks exactly
looks
like
like
what
the-
we saw, but under.
Yeah, it looks like over time it has like gotten underwater.
And with like blocks.
This is a recreation, I think. Somebody else did a surrealistic, oh my goodness, surrealistic painting of his painting. So they changed his painting a little bit. But yeah, so we have, so a lot of people actually think some of his paintings. So here's what Salvador Dali is. He was a crazy surrealism. I can't say that word now. A surrealistic guy. And you've seen this this picture of him before, right? In paintings. Or I think I have a poster of him with the big mustache. So yeah, so he does surrealism. Here's another.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he is dead. I'm trying to think. Let's look to see how
That sort of looks like that block thing that we.
It does.
So it must be like him that he painted laying on the ground.
Yeah, I would think so. He died in 1989, so a year after I was born. So let's look. Actually, we have his artwork, or his paintings. So yeah. Oh, this is another famous one that we often see. Two elephants, really tall. He drew himself here. You got a bull, angel holding eyes, and then it's his face.
Yeah, like it looks like that the wings of that like angel thing is are the eyebrows of him or someone.
And the body is his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the bull's right here, forehead is his lips.
Yep.
Wait, can you go back to the one that you just on? Like a second ago? Yeah, that one. It looks like the clock and the block from like the painting that we studied.
Yeah. I can't zoom in anymore, but it looks like there's a landscape in there, like a horse or something. So
And it
yeah,
looks like a clock from the landscape.
it does. Yeah, so here's that big blob nose thing that we're thinking maybe it was our picture here. But sideways. So now you can see more of why people think it's him, right? Let's look at the Rene Margit one. Let's see what artwork she has. So we have RENEMARG. Margit. Oh, it's a guy. I just said it was a girl. Let's look at his
Girl too.
So, ooh, interesting. Some of his.
He does a lot more like actual people in his painting.
Yeah. And they're very I would say they have a sense of realism. So if you look at this, it's like super realistic, right? But it's surreal, super realistic. So like you can really see the people. He has a lot of details. So like this one, look at how detailed the fingers are. Or this one. Tina
A lot
mascot.
of a lot of the paintings have juxtaposition because they're like side by side.
They are very juxtapositionist. Yeah, like this one is side by side. This one is side by side, female and males. Hmm. That is a very good point. Um, yeah. Cool, cool. Side by side. Hidden figures. Hmm. Yeah. That is really cool. Let's add just a couple more on the second page. And I don't think we're gonna end up finishing it, but that's fine today. We'll just turn in what we have. So let's look at how these things compare. How about the ant? How does the ant compare with the pocket watch? So now we're looking at things that are side by side. So we have the ant near the pocket watch. How are they different? The ant actually, somebody said, makes up the hands of the watch, right? Ooh, the creature's profile in the clock. How do they compare? I feel like with the clock on the creature, I can really see the 3D of the clock. The clock really stands out to me anyway. It almost looks like a blanket. Ooh, how about the clock on the branch? Oh, we have the two rectangular prisms.
It makes the drawing look more 3D.
Yeah. And how about the clock that folds over the branch? To me, it looks like it's really melting compared to the other ones. The ant is
To me,
right.
it seems like it's this painting, like this is not just new that someone like this was here, but it's old and they've got like they started like drooping more and like there's ants all over everything. It's just sort of like and like the tree is dead. So it just gives you the feeling that that's not just exactly when it was put there, but it's sort of like newer after it was like there for quite a long.
Yeah, and the weather has the sun has melted it and nature has taken over. Yeah, so the ant is right here on the clock. You can see the ants. There are a lot of little ants. And yeah, the train on the fireplace. It makes it really 3D again. It makes it really pop. The mirror on the fireplace, actually the mirror, when I have the mirror there, is it a lot of times when you have a mirror, it makes like the room feel bigger and more warm. Does that mirror?
Yeah, it's weird though because this mirror is a lot different from that because you can't see any reflection from like anything but that little candlestick and the clock.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's like nothing else in the room.
Yeah, it looks so bare and empty.
Yeah.
Like you've heard probably about people that are minimalists. So they only have they live with few items. Yeah.
I think it looks empty because she just wants you to focus on the train and the clock.
Yeah. And that's what I wrote then for the last one, the train and the clock. They both pop out. That's where the focus is on the train and the clock. Your eye goes right there, right? Awesome job. Man, I have to say today, I am so excited to get you guys next year because you guys are smart cookies and so descriptive. And you notice a lot of really good things even I, as a teacher, don't notice. But that's why I love teaching you guys because I learn new things every day too. So not only I'm teaching you things, but you're really teaching me a lot of things and how to look at things different ways. My brain does not always go surreal. I'm a very concrete, and I do like to think outside of the box sometimes, but surrealism, I have a hard time looking at it. And a lot of you guys did a great job today looking at it and just sharing your thoughts. So thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate the hard work that you guys today. Awesome
Are
job.
we going to submit?
You can submit it, and then for homework, you have a new fluency. Okay, so while you submit it, let me talk about your fluency really quick, and then you can leave. Ooh, I had it pulled up. Let's see. So turn it in, and I will pull up your fluency. I'm just gonna go here now. Oh, you're fine, Riley. Okay, let's see. And we're gonna do 6 or 9B tomorrow. Okay. Here's your fluency today. I want to hear your audio. Sometimes people are still sending in that checklist. Usually we do that live. So
You're
just want to
really
hear
glitchy. I can't understand.
a second. Okay, now you should be able to hear me. So make sure that you guys are just turning in your.
For me,
Yeah.
my audio isn't working, like just the audio recording. So I have to do audio and video.
Okay.
It's weird because
Yeah.
I also you can't
That's
do
sometimes
audio
why I
on.
have to turn in a video.
Yeah, I'm okay as long as I
can't-
hear your voice.
Okay, because I can't do audio on. It won't let me do it on like Schoology Web.
Okay.
You can do it. Then I go on to Schoology, like the real Schoology, and do it, and then it stays at 1 second the whole time.
Weird. Yeah, I just want to hear your voice. If you have a video, that's great. But some people are just turning in this page, and the last day we'll turn this in usually. But and actually I haven't been having you do that yet. But I just want to hear your voice. Okay, so if it's video, that's fine. But some people are just turning this in, and I don't hear your video, and I want to hear you guys get better with it. Okay. So you just have fluency today, and it is, you've got some good character discussion that you can do. So I want you to think about how would Milo sound and how would the dog sound, okay? So when you're reading this, I want you to think about and practice how would Milo sound and then how would the dog sound. So the dog, they talked about being kind of gruff and I don't have a deep voice, but I try to. Precisely! And having a gruff voice. And remember, Milo was kind of boring. So try to have 2 different voices for him, these people. Ooh, good points
I have
here.
a question.
Yes.
Are we supposed to just read it the first time and record it and then turn it in? The first time you read it, recording it? Or are we supposed to practice before?
You're supposed to technically practice beforehand. And then one of the times you can turn it in. Okay? So like, for example, I might try to figure out where's Milo and then so I'm going to practice maybe Milo's, and that way I can get the difference between the Milo and Talk. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and I'm okay with either one. Sometimes it's actually nice to hear your cold read the first time because then you know where you are going to get better, right? So your first couple times, technically by the last time you're practicing a lot. So that's why I'm okay if you use this as your cold read and you just record your first one too. So either way is fine. Okay. Have a wonderful day and I will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
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 Goodbye. Have a good rest of your day, you guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Goodbye, Riley.